I think one of the biggest similarities I've noticed is I think that's something we all have in common as we were female student athletes, and I work in sports now, so it's definitely a male-dominated industry. So I'm lucky that my direct department and most of our organization is pretty split even, but across the board, it's definitely still women are not always, at the front of in positions of power or in leadership roles. So it's something that I think being a student athlete kind of helps, because women's professional sports isn't at the same level that men's professional sports are yet. So it's kind of something as student athletes that we take a little pride in, as being the semi-minority or underappreciated as, in the sports space, whether that's in athletics themselves or in the workplace related to sports. So that's kind of something that I've noticed as a parallel, and it's motivated me to still, continue to try to knock down the doors and thrive in those places. And also just an overall similarity is the lessons that we learned, kind of going back into the last question, is time management, how to be coachable, how to grow and how to move forward, how to speak up and generate kind of self-confidence. Sports is something that helped all of us, I think, in college grow and become more confident, and it's something that we can carry over into the workplace too as we continue to grow in that space. So those are the two similarities I think I've found.
Great, thank you very much. Laura, how about you?
The first thing that came to my mind was just being a team player, because in our office, we never work on an audit by ourselves. We're always working with other people. So I think that has definitely helped me be more adaptable and more approachable. And it's just helped communication wise to, working in a team. There's nothing like, working in a team, but then having that one person that isn't cooperating, or they're not really like on board, or they keep information from you. So I think being a team player and working in a team setting has definitely helped in my field.
Great, thank you. Katie, how about you?
Yeah, so I think actually something that you mentioned earlier is actually something that stuck with me very well and is my exact answer for this. And I would say that's resiliency. So my first job coming out of college was at an advertising agency. And so if any of you have ever watched the show Mad Men, you can imagine something maybe somewhat similar to that. And so, as a female student athlete and a female in a very male-dominated industry, even though PR may be a female-dominated industry, advertising is not. Being able to, have that resiliency and learning skills and, being able to exude self-confidence. And those are things that you do learn through sports, and being able to just sort of like, tough through it and stick with it. And but know when the right time to speak up is and stand up for yourself, and fight for the promotions that you deserve. And when you see other colleagues going after a promotion that maybe they might not be qualified for, but that you're qualified for, go for it as well, and things like that. And so I would say that that's something that for sure athletics has absolutely helped with, and can definitely translate into the workplace too. And especially at your first job, within the first year, that's scary. Like, you don't know what it's like, and you don't know if that's something you should be doing, and you kind of have to feel out the nature of the place that the culture that you're in and what it's like. But I think Suffolk sets you up for a good groundwork of how to be able to take account of your surroundings and where you are, and just sort of live that resiliency through and through.
Great. Yeah, I hear resiliency come through loud and clear through a lot of you. And also you talk about basically getting a seat at the table. Like you have that confidence, and so you may not be invited, but you're going to find a way to get at that table and find yourself a seat. And I like what you said too, Katie, about the promotion. That's going back to that research that I said at the very beginning, and particularly for the students who may have come in a little late. You know, women often feel that they have to master 100% of the job qualifications before they even think about applying, versus 60% of men say, men would say, if I can reach 60%, or if I feel like I can probably meet 60% of the job qualifications for that particular job, I'm going to go for it. So to your point, Katie, find it within you and say, you do not have to master everything. You don't have to go in order. You don't have to go step by step up the ladder. You can jump. You can go diagonal. So just have that confidence, and you know you have it when you're an athlete, and use it into the workplace. So thank you. Great, great.